Hello, everybody. We are in this series of personal brand. I love personal brand. I think it's a great thing to do. And today's video, I'm making different topics that come to my mind and that have shaped the way I do the things. If you like the way that I do the things, and I wanna give you an exercise, and is what would you teach? What would you say, depending on the way that you communicate? Right? I'll share a little bit how can you know the way to communicate that is aligned for your energy. But what would you teach? What would you say? What you advise to the person you were 10 years ago, right? And I say 10 years ago, but you can take yourself to the place where you were. Like, for example, myself, I was in severe depression. I was having eating disorders, right? And what could I have said to that person, myself, in the past that would have helped him have the tools to navigate that time and then find clarity and direction in the process, and then come afterwards with more wholeness and ready for the next challenge, because life is ever-ending challenge. Like, we're not gonna get anywhere. Anyways, it's about acquiring tools, right, and sharing with others. So I think you can take your personal media, personal media. I like it. Your personal brand as a personal media, like you talking to yourself of 10 years ago. That's it. So basically, you take a little bit time to reflect on where you were 10 years ago in different areas of your life. I really like to think in systems and think of different sections. So you will see in my channel, I have different sections. I have the health section, I have the business section, I have the relationship section, and I have the core, which is who am I, and all these tools that I have learned, and I had clients in the past that I've guided with. So I speak about these things because for me it's like this triangle. This is not the Illuminati, but this is a triangle of, you have the business, then you have relationship, you have health, and then you have like who am I, and which could be like a tetrahedron. It's not a triangle. So I touch all those points because I think that brings a harmonic approach to life. Like, we have these sections in our lives, right? And in each section there's another section, and then you can build like a mandala. But that's the way I think. So I would teach all of those things to the Bruno of 10 years ago, right? I would teach especially stuff from health. I would teach emotional intelligence. I would teach how to do a business, online business, how to create an offer, how to price the offer, how to do the marketing, how to be here in social media. Like, all these things that I've learned that I do very quick. It's because I've been doing them a lot of time, right? So I would teach them different things, and that's actually how I do my YouTube. I really think on this system of things. I don't think that you have to do it this way. I think you have to take the different sections that you're passionate about in your life, right? The things that are really aligned with you, and then you just share about those, right? And for me, it's just like, this is your show, and this is another video that I wanted to make, but maybe I explain it here. Like, this is literally your show, so do whatever you want. Like, I see myself. I want to speak about other people. I like to talk about myself. So I see myself limiting myself on the things that I wanted to say, because I have to stick to an offer, stick to a way of speaking. And then I found out my astrology that's basically against who am I. Like, who am I is just to speak about whatever I want to speak about. And that's what I'm doing in all the videos. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. And it feels amazing to me because I can self-express. And I think for me, self-expression is one of the most fulfilling things, because I come from a childhood and before I became an adult, and I independent size, I don't know how to say that word, like became independent from my mother, from my family. Like, all these years I've been repressed of my self-expression, and which is the most beautiful thing that we all have. Like, we have a self-expression that is very authentic, very unique, and we have to find that, every one of us, right? And I think social media is great to channel that voice that maybe we have tempered, maybe something that we wouldn't say in person. Like, we have this online space and everyone can listen to us, right? So, quick video. It's just a quick video. I'm always giving you tips in quick videos. And this video is just about doing this simple exercise. Take yourself 10 years ago, what would you have said? And now comes the last part of the video, which is, how would you say it? I would recommend you to look at your human design, right? There's a series that talk about human design, and if you don't know what human design is, please go check it out on ChatGPT or in the web. You know, take your graph and find out your profile lines. There's 12 types, 12 profiles. I'm a 6'2", so the 6'2s are called the exemplary human beings. You will see it on the videos. You will see, oh, this guy is inspiring, or this guy, you know, teaches what he does. This is actually what the 6'2 does. He does things, and then he says to the others, hey, this is what I'm doing, and others will follow, or others not will follow, but do will be inspired to do the same things that the 6'2 does. So my way of speaking is very on a teaching style. So I like education. It's all about teaching. If you had another profile, you will have a complete different way of explaining things, or even addressing things. Like, for example, if you were a 5'1", which is one of the 12 profiles, you will actually speak a lot about things you know, like data, and you would mention like studies, you will mention your certificates, and then you will be always like kind of giving tips on how to solve things, right? So that's the way you would communicate. It's very different to mine. And for example, if you were a 1-3, which is another profile of the 12 profiles, you will speaking a lot about what doesn't work in life and what everybody else is doing wrong. And you would mention a lot of people, and you would kind of go against them in some way. You will share a lot of experiences from your past where you failed, and it's another way of speaking, right? So I find that human design can help you on that, create like the communication style. So let me know if you find any resistance, any frustrations, any blockage on this exercise. I think it's really great, and I think it's something that we could all do, right? What would I say to my 10-year-old self from the past, and what I would create, what sections would I create, what offer would I create, what would I teach, what would I say that would help that person? And when you just focus on yourself, and you just focus on helping your past self, guess what? A lot of people are on where you were. So basically, you're killing two birds at the same shot, which is a Spanish saying. We say matar dos pájaros de un tiro, and you're basically helping a lot of people. So I think it's a great exercise. And so let me know in the comments, and follow along for more videos on personal brand and the way I find we could all do our authentic voice, finding our authentic voice.